Record to the cloud. Wonderful. Hey guys, it is 8:01, and I'm a minute late. So I apologize for that. I was speaking with my sponsor Rick Gerald for just a little bit. So hey, today is almost the last day of September 2019. Can't hardly believe it. This year has just flown by. You know, I've got some things that I want to cover this evening that I think, well, I know that they're very, very important, and I'm hoping that you're going to get, you know, that same feeling, right? You're going to find that this information is going to be helpful to you. So for all of you that don't know me, here's a little bio about myself. But really, this isn't about me, it's about you. And that's why I take my time every Sunday evening, you know, to put together things to deliver to you what I think is important for your success, right, in this industry. If you're brand new in the industry, congratulations, you found something that is just absolutely amazing. Now, whether it's going to be amazing for you or not is up to you, right? It was amazing for me because I took what I found back in 1987 very, very seriously. You see, I owned an advertising agency for 16 years. I had a huge responsibility, a lot of employees. I didn't like my life, right? I had, you know, some income, pretty good income. But I got whatever was left over after everything else was paid. So sometimes it was pretty lean, right? And so it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. And then I found network marketing, and never thought that I'd ever be in network marketing. Let me just get that out right in the front. But you know, it's been absolutely amazing for the past 31 years. So, you know, now it's all about you. Once you decide, and it's you, once you decide what you want, and if you want things to change, nothing or no one will keep you from reaching your goal. It really is that simple, but it's got to be your decision. I've convinced people to get into network marketing before, and, you know, every month I have to convince them and convince them and convince them. I have to convince them to put in an order. I have to convince them to go to a meeting. I have to convince them and convince them all the time. And that's, you know, that's not what any of us should be doing. So your responsibility and your mission is to find people that really want their life to change, because it is possible. It is possible. I'm living proof, and you're going to see some other people that are living proof. One of the first things that I want to talk to you about, and I know you're probably saying, what in the world is that? 6692. So that's a strange number, right? 6692. That's the difference between not having an opportunity and making millions of dollars and or having an opportunity and making millions of dollars. So the difference is $66.92. And what is that exactly, right? That is what will keep you active. Okay? If you're in the business, I've got a friend here that's in this position. He's level 4 to me. There's his genealogy. You see that he's got banked volume, bank in the bank, right? This is important, 956,560 BV, and that was taken today, right? That was taken today. So let me get back to that. But he just doesn't have the time. He just doesn't have the time. And so I said, you know what? You can either quit the business and, you know, let your position go inactive. At that case, all of the volume will flush, your rank will disappear. After your position is inactive for a period of time, at 90 days, that position will be wiped out from the computer and everybody will bump up one. And I said, or you can spend $66.92, buy one product, keep your business active, and keep it banking volume. You see it's going to bank another 152,350 BV onto that 956,000. So he's going to have well over $1 million, right? 1.1 million in BV sitting there, so that when and if, now, you know, what I tell people, there's a lot of possibilities out there. If you'll just continue to share the product, if you'll just continue to share the opportunity, if you'll just continue to tell the story whenever you have the opportunity to tell the story, you know, and point, guide, and direct people to websites or movies or a Zoom, or put them on the phone with me or Rick or John, then, you know, we're doing this full time, right? So, you know, there's a good possibility that you can come across somebody that will start to build that right team, right? That right leg. You just never know. But if you don't spend that $66.92, all of that is gone. You know, this is washed up. So, so what I'm going to suggest is that you do that, because here's what's happening. If you look at his position and the bottom position in that power line, right? That power line that I'm building, this is my team, not my enroller team, but my team that I started from scratch. He's number 4. There is 488, right? Down that leg. Do you think that leg is going to continue to grow? Absolutely. Here's why. Because every one of those people that, if they do anything, are going to have to put, you know, a certain amount of business on the left, and then they're going to start building their team. So they're going to build the enroller leg, which is the left, and then they're going to start building their team. So I said, you know, you can do whatever you want, but my recommendation is don't ever quit. Don't ever, ever, ever quit. As long as Valentis is here, stay plugged in, stay active, stay buying a product. And he said, yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying. So what I wanted to talk about is, again, something that is possible, right? Now, whether or not you believe it's possible, that's the other part of the challenge, right? But it is possible. And that's the only reason I got into this industry 31 years ago, was because I saw people that I didn't look particularly smart making more money monthly than I was making annually after owning a business for 16 years. And I said, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. And that's the only thing I was thinking about, because I knew that if somebody else can do it, then there's a good possibility that if I do the right things, I can do it too. Now, is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. You know, will you want to quit? Absolutely. Is it easy to quit? Positively. You know, it's much easier to quit than it is to continue. So, you know, so many people take that easy way out, right? They quit. They just kind of disappear. Oh, nobody's going to miss me. And, you know, but I want to talk to you about 100,000 a week. 100,000 a week is 5,000 cycles. That's the top of the plan, right? A cycle is having 200 in business volume on one side and 100 business volume on the other. When that happens, the computer pays you $20, and it pays you that ongoingly up to your rank, right? At every rank, you have the maximum number of cycles you can be paid on. That's why it's important to be and maintain Ruby. That's why it's important to maintain Emerald. That's why it's important to maintain that rank Diamond, right? Or double diamond, or triple diamond, or blue diamond, and so on and so forth, right? Each canister of coffee is 50 BV. Now, I want to show you something here. You know, if you had 500,000, 500,000 BV on one team and 1 million BV on the other, that's 10,000 cans on one team and basically 20,000 cans on the other. Now we know, you know, people are going to buy other stuff, and some people are going to buy more, you know, they're going to buy a 3-pack or a 6-pack and so on and so forth. But I wanted to break it down so that you can kind of realistically, you know, start to understand what those numbers are. Here's my numbers as I pulled them just a little while ago, right? When I put this PowerPoint together. 461,000. That seems pretty close to that number, right? Over here. Now this other number obviously isn't a million. This is my enroller leg, right? This is Rick's leg, and this is my leg. So Rick and I are working on getting this leg here to 1 million. And I'm working like crazy to get this leg to 500,000. That's the plan, right? That's the plan. And if it's not your plan, that should be your plan so that this can become your goal. Now, will it get here as quickly as you want it to get here? No. You know, let me just tell you that. I wish that it was happening right now, but it's not. And but will it happen? Absolutely. You know, because I think it's possible. I know it's possible. You know, and that's one of the advantages that I have over so many people that are brand new in this industry, or maybe have been in the industry and haven't had much success, is that they don't see the possibilities. And I'm here to tell you that it's possible. Everything that you're seeing, you can do, and it's possible for you to do that. I want you to listen to this clip. I took this and I just edited out one little thing. I just want you to listen to it real quick. Yep. Hit the wrong button.
Right? I mean, you could take me now, having earned $22 million in the industry, put me with a company where those elements aren't in place, and I'm going to struggle. I mean, I look at myself here today. I'm not a different person. I'm not doing anything different than I've ever done, but, you know, averaging, you know, almost $400,000 a month, on the verge of making $500,000 a month. So
that's it. I just wanted you to get that little clip, right? And let that sink in. You know, you heard what he's not doing anything different that he's ever done. John's been with Valentis for 5 years, right? Since 2014. He's gone through the trials and tribulations of the up and the down, the startup phases, the things that happened. When I joined, John's check was, you know, as I kind of recall, was like $9,000 a week. Now it's $125,000 a week, right? And nothing is different. You know, the only difference was that, you know, this company is growing like crazy. So, you know, it's just a matter of time as far as I'm concerned, you know, paying my dues, get where, you know, everybody else is. They've already paid their dues, right? So it is possible. If someone else can do it, then you can do it too. I mean, look at, there's John, there's Rick, there's Jen. No, I mean, these girls over in the Philippines are just knocking the cover off the ball. I mean, you know, they're all thin, right? I won't say skinny. They're all thin. And, you know, there's just not a lot of overweight people, but they're not looking for overweight people. They're looking for entrepreneurs. They're looking for people that want to change their life. They're looking for people that want to get out of their rut that they're in, you know, and that's the same type of person that we should be looking for. You, me, everybody else. You know, we need to look for those people that are interested in doing better, driving a better car, living in a better house, doing better, you know, overall, having more free time, you know, to spend with their family. So, I mean, if we can do it, if they can do it, you can do it. Let me just tell you that it is all about your commitment. And commitment is a big thing, right? I mean, that's a gigantic word. You know, you have to determine what it is. I've seen people come into this business, they're all excited, and their commitment is for 2 weeks, and then they're gone, right? Some are committed for a month, and they think that's a long period of time. And then some are committed for 90 days. Hey, if I can make $10,000 in 90 days, I'll stick around. You know, well, it's not going to happen. You know, it's that commitment. It's the commitment, you know, to winning. So you have to stick around long enough until, I mean, how long is that? It's until you win, right? Until you are comfortable. So I want you to hear from my buddy, because it is all about commitment.
In the Far East, they have something that's called the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years to grow. They have to water and fertilize the ground where it is every day. And it doesn't break through the ground until the 5th year. But once it breaks through the ground, within 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet tall. Now the question is, does it grow 90 feet tall in 5 weeks or 5 years? The answer is obvious. It grows 90 feet tall in 5 years. Because at any time that person stopped watering and nurturing and fertilizing that dream, that bamboo tree would have died in the ground. And I can see people coming out talking to a guy out there watering and fertilizing the ground that's not showing anything. Hey, what you doing? You've been out here a long time, man. And the conversation in the neighborhood is, you growing a Chinese bamboo tree, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Well, even Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see ain't nothing showing. So how long you been working on this? How long have you been working on your dreams? And you have nothing to show. This is all you got to show. People gonna do that to you. And some people, ladies and gentlemen, they stop. Because they don't see instant results. It doesn't happen quickly. They stop. Oh, no. You got to keep on watering your dream. That is not going to happen as quickly as you want it to happen. A lot of things are going to happen that will catch you off guard. And so therefore you've got to deal with and handle it as it comes. And not only that, but that faith and patience drives you into action. You've got to keep moving and keep plugging away. During those hard times, we didn't know how you're going to make payroll. During those times when you failed and things didn't work out, they were nowhere to be found. But you know what I discovered? When you're working at your dream, somebody said the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Oh, it's sweet to you. It's good to you. Why? See, when it's hard and there's a struggle, see, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. That's far more important. The kind of person you become, the character that you build, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. Oh, it's something that you get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit. The people know that you know what life is, that you have embraced life. You knew it was hard, but you did it hard.
So commitment, what's your commitment? You know, this is all about you, right? I mean, you have to be honest with yourself. I mean, if you haven't made the commitment to, you know, spending what you need to spend on a monthly basis, that needs to be a commitment. You need to get on your loyalty purchase, right? I see people that say they're committed and they wait until the last minute to place their 100 BV order. That's not commitment. You know, that's, you know, an accident waiting to happen. So one of these days they won't get around to it, or something will happen and they can't do it and they can't find anybody, and that position will go inactive and everything will flush. So, you know, get on your loyalty purchase, get your people all on their loyalty purchases, and just stay plugged into everything. Look, everybody is here to help you. You know, I look at the participants on the Zoom tonight, 17. Yeah, I know everybody's busy. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of things going on. You know, there's life happening, but you know, quite frankly, this is part of the commitment, right? This is my commitment to you, and this is, you know, what I want to see is, if I'm going to give 110%, I want everybody else to give 110%. And the ones that don't aren't going to be here very long. I mean, I tell people all the time, when they go to a convention, look around, take pictures, because a year from now, most of these people won't be here. They're committed right now, but something will happen in their life, and something will happen. Somebody will laugh at them, somebody will ridicule them, somebody will make fun of them, somebody will do something will happen in the business to take them out of the business, because again, it's very, very, very easy to quit. So you got to stick with it no matter what. And that's the only way you're going to get to that, $100,000 a week income. If that's something you want. Now, if it's not, then, get to whatever income it is you're comfortable, living on, and then do whatever you want to do. But I say, why not go for all of it, right? Go for all of it. I mean, it's here, it's on the table. Everybody's willing to, Dave is willing to pay you, so go ahead and do it. Effort, I see people like this all the time. This guy here, digging, like crazy, trying to get there. And, then other people that get there, almost get there and quit. So, it's all about effort. How many people have you talked to this month about the business? How many samples have you sent out? How many follow-up calls have you made? How many three-way calls have you made? Have you made enough? What's enough? How big is your check, right? How much money are you making? How much would you like to make? If you want to increase your check, just increase your effort. It's very, it's very attainable, and it's very measurable, right? You increase your effort, you increase your income. So, everything goes hand in hand. And, I've never been in an industry and in a business where everybody is here to help you move along, get to where you want to go. And, that's why I love network marketing. I mean, I just love this industry, and I fell in love with it 31 years ago. And I'm going to show you something. A friend of mine out in California was about to quit, right? And I said, don't quit. Don't quit. Keep digging. You got so many great contacts. And so he put me into one of his contacts, and this guy loves the coffee. He just absolutely loves it. Him and his partner both love it. They have a tremendous business. They've got 60 million customers that have been customers now for the vast majority of them for well over, the company's 15 years old. Most of his customers have been there 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 years, right? I said, David, what's the possibilities of allowing me to put together a program to expose your 60 million customers to the coffee? He said, that's a great idea. He said, that's a great idea. How about that, right? How about that? What if we got 0.1% response? I mean, we've gone through all the different things, the cost of the product, the 90-day money-back guarantee on the product, and so on and so forth. And so we're in those stages now of starting to develop some things to make that initial offering out. Now, will it happen like this? No, obviously not. We're going to take it in small bites. We're not going to go ahead and email 60 million customers. We're going to chunk off some and then, test and then test and then test and then test until we, find something that works and works much better than 0.1%. But if we only got 0.1%, that's 600,000 people that would be buying a can of coffee. That's 30 million in volume. Just let that sink in for a second. Just let that sink in for a second. If 500,000 in volume on one side and 1 million volume on the other side would create $100,000 a week check, think about this. We stick $20 million in volume down here, and that volume rides up, and then, we run volume off of, all of these other guys, and they all start making $100,000 a week. I mean, the possibilities are just endless. And, I sent this to my friend and I said, just imagine if this would never have happened, right? What we would have missed, right? This just could be what he's been looking for. So you just never know. It's, again, just continuously doing what we do. So, don't take Valentis for granted. Whatever you do, don't take it for granted. I've never taken any of the companies that I've been with for granted. I always knew that there was, a beginning and there's always an end. And it's not necessarily the end of the company, but it's the end of a certain growth cycle. And right now we're in a growth cycle where all of you should be spending all of your time building. I can't even emphasize how important that is, because, soon, and I kept talking about it for the last 12, 13, 14 months now, there'll be a point in time when you ask somebody about Valentis, they'll say, oh, I'm already in. Oh, Valentis, yeah, I've heard about them, and I'm already in, or I'm already buying coffee, or on this or that. Right now, you still have that window of opportunity to get to people, and you're the first one to tell them the Valentis story. But, soon that will change. So don't take this for granted. Work as hard as you can right now while you have that opportunity. One of the things that I wanted were big homes. I grew up on the south side of Chicago in a basement apartment with my dad and 4 kids. And, we didn't have a whole lot, but, I always said, when I grow up, when I make the money that I know I'm going to make, I want big homes. I want big houses. And so this was one of the houses down in Austin, Texas, on Lake Travis. That's, now that the 5 kids have left the nest, I don't have to have an 11,000 square foot house, right? But anyway, have fun, do it. This is a fun business. Keep it fun. Valentis is growing. You see what's happening. This month will be, again, another record month. We should hit 12 million is what Dave is talking about. 12, can you imagine, from 1.2 million this time, September 2018, to 12 million 2019. That's outrageous growth. And folks, it's just going to continue and continue and continue and continue. So, you want to have as big a group as you possibly can. Anyway, I've got this recorded. I'll get it put up on YouTube, and I'll get it out to everybody because I know there's a lot of people. And, I don't want to be too hard on everybody, but I am kind of hard on people, in this marketplace, in the United States of America, in the Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific, Hawaii time zone, to be on a live training and to make sure that all of their people are plugged in, because that's how things happen. That's how a spark is ignited. And, somebody catches fire because they see something and they go, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it. I mean, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I have tenacity, right? I have the ability. I'll work harder than anybody else. That's one of the things that I've always attributed my success to, is that I just outwork everybody, right? So, I just do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. So, you see the calls coming up. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, there's calls, Spanish, Russian. So get a hold of all your Russian friends. I know that there's lots of them here in the States and everywhere else. All of your Hispanic friends that are all over the place, get them on these calls. Mitch and I, bounce off. I do Monday, he does Tuesday, I do Wednesday, he does Thursday. And so, get people on these calls. It just could be that little piece that's missing. And, you just never know what it's going to take. So don't take no for an answer. Just go out and keep putting more and more and more wood on the fire. So with that, that's the end of my presentation. So let me do this. I'm going to stop the recording.